Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all this news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask it in the comments section right now down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, before we do get started with the news for this week, I do want to let you guys know an important detail, and that is we will not be having a live Mobile Weekly next week. So, I am a fan of wrestling, so it's WrestleMania week, so basically it's going to go on till like 10 p.m. on my time. For that reason, basically I will not be having a show because I'll be having people over. So what we're going to do instead is, though, we're going to have a show at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but it will be Mobile Weekly with just the news. So it's not going to be live. I'm going to post it right at 8 p.m. so it will go live at 8 p.m. However, it will not be live. So just letting you guys know that ahead of time so that you guys know you will get the news as scheduled, but without everything else. And I'm kind of curious to see how that video does because it's going to be a much shorter time. So we'll see how it goes and if we would do ever like just the news without the Q&A. So we'll test and see how that goes. Alright, and before we get started on the news, I do want to give a shout out to our first two super chats. R. Rawson, hope this helps the technical difficulties. I really appreciate that, R. Rawson. And yes, I did have technical difficulties, and it always freaks me out right before I have technical difficulties, right before a show, because I'm like, shit, and like I need to get this going. And thank you, Alex Rudd, as well. Let's get this party started. I really appreciate guys for the super chat. Thank you, as always, for that. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the first bit of news is a very interesting one and a really kind of bizarre one, to be quite honest. And that is that it looks like Samsung could be adding a buttonless design to the Note 10. Meaning that the buttons would be pressure sensitive and flat more so than actually clicking and mechanical. Now, the usual kind of way to go about this is because you're wanting a better waterproofing solution, but the Note and all recent Samsung flagships have never really had an issue with the IP68. I don't know if this is a cost measuring feature or what, but I don't like it, to be honest. I like that tactile feel. I like the button press. However, I do have to give it to Samsung because the home button press on their phones does feel like a regular press. Like, even though it's that same kind of technology, it does feel like a regular press. So I will give it to them in that like when I press the home, it does feel like a button. So let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of curious. I am not a fan of this, but it looks like that is what they might be going forward with. Also interesting to note, it says that will be for the power button and the volume rocker, but what about the Bixby button? Really, the Bixby button is going to be the only button that doesn't have this feature? So yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting. Let me know your guys' thoughts again. I don't think I would be the biggest fan of it, but this is another feature that could possibly hit the Note 10, which again, we've had very little information on, except for that it will have a time-of-flight camera. Alright, and then in other news, a really interesting update, if it does come out true, comes from Ice Universe, who's the best leaker on all Samsung stuff via Twitter, and really he is saying that the president of Samsung China has said that there will be two updates pushed out to the S10, and that is that it will support 25-watt charge, which currently the S10 5G version is going to support that, but the S10 currently, all three other S10s, S10 Plus, S10e, and S10 do not, and that it will get an update for low light mode for the regular S10, and he's saying that will come to all of the devices. That is very interesting, and you can imagine if it releases in one country, then it would release in most countries. So it's a big update that I think a lot of people would appreciate. We could always use faster charging. I don't think anyone would object to that. And a better low light mode, specifically in the vein of the night shot and the night mode that Huawei P30 as well as the Pixel 3 have, is always a good way to go. Now, I do have a Google camera on my phone, and that will be a part of the next video, and that is going to be hidden features that certain 10 apps can unlock. So there are 10 apps you can download basically that kind of unlock different features on your phone that that Samsung smartphones actually have, but these apps unlock it. So let me know what you guys think about it. I do think it would be a good feature to have, but I'm just kind of curious to see how it will go about doing it and how long will it take. Samsung did pull the recent update that was going out to smartphones without any kind of reason or explanation. Basically, the last update that was being pushed out for March was giving better power sharing feature. Basically, like it was powering faster, I believe. And had issues with the placement before that it's solved. I haven't had any issue with it, but yeah. And then the second thing was improvement to the camera quality. So I hope those do get released soon along with the fingerprint update. So I think those will be some really good updates over the next few months that could only improve your S10 experience. All right, oh yeah, sorry, this was just the update that it was pulled. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but it also brings the March security patch update as well. Oh, so Google accidentally leaked a new feature basically on their recent video, and that is that they accidentally leaked the Nest Hub Max, and that will actually have video as well. So we know Nest in terms of Google and what it has, very much more of the vein of security. So it's kind of curious to see how it's going to be integrated with that, and what would I really want to have it for? Is it just going to be a living room camera that then has a screen on it to also do video calls and also have Google on board? It's going to be kind of curious to see how it goes about it. But it looks like it could be in the vein of 250, which isn't bad if it also has a Nest Cam with high quality camera built into it. Not a bad way to go about it. So I'm very curious to see how it exactly goes. But this is going to be a new Nest Hub Max, which kind of interesting because of the Max. I can imagine it has a big speaker or really good sound quality like the Google Home Max, but that one was $400, so I wouldn't imagine it's going to be that high end. But we'll have to wait and see. Also, the S10 5G variant gets a price tag, and it looks like by converting the money overseas, which doesn't always work out, it does look like it's going to be $1,200 to $1,350. So that's going to be the price range that we're looking at for a 256 gig variant. And all in all, I can understand that it's not too much more than a regular S10 Plus. With a lot more storage, mind you, but this will have 5G and a bigger battery, so it's not a bad price, I think, for $1,200 for a 5G phone and a bigger battery and the time of flight camera. I don't see it as that big of a difference, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that's too expensive for Samsung's first 5G phone? I think it's actually reasonable. Let me know what you guys think, though, in the comment section down below. I wish it would have more storage, too. The president of Samsung, it was the president or the CEO of Samsung, I forgot who said it, but basically said that one of the main focuses of the next Samsung phone, so the S11, should be that it should be a camera phone. And basically what they're meaning is that it looks like they're really going for the camera to be such a big part of the upcoming smartphones going forward. And that is obvious, quite frankly, because you don't just want to be comparable. You know, you don't want to be comparable to the iPhone. You don't want to be comparable to the Huawei phone. You want to be better, period. I mean, look how much YouTubers talk about the Pixel phone, and the Pixel phone really, compared to every other smartphone, doesn't have any great feature, really, in comparison to like the OnePlus, to like a lot of other smartphones, except for the camera. So I think that's a big deal. I think if they get the camera right, Samsung, which arguably Samsung has one of the best low light modes without the night mode, so the fact that you don't have to hold it still the entire time, it does a really good job at it. And it really does have a lot of features that I think a lot of people choose more and over that, besides the brand name, of course, too. But if they really cement the camera on their next phone, I think that's only good business for them. And then, oh, nope, that one we already updated on. Oh, and then the last bit of news for today is Samsung did announce a 8-inch Galaxy Tab A with S Pen coming out. I think this is great because I feel like this segment was missing for Samsung tablets, and that be it Android tablets in the US. Again, not talking about Huawei because they do have this and we're reviewing that one right now. But they have an 8-inch tablet with an S Pen that fits inside the tablet with a 1080p display, with the mid-range specs, Exynos processor, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, 8 megapixel and 5 megapixel cameras, with the 4,200 milliamp battery is okay. But Type-C charger, which we haven't had in a mid-range and low-end Samsung tablet for too long, only last year did they start doing that. So I think this is good to have one this size and mid-range style or entry-level style. I think this will be good. It will have the One UI on board, it looks like, but no pricing has been announced yet. We'll probably see it by May at the latest, I'm assuming. But I'm very curious about this one because I think it is a really good one. It does have the typical LCD display as well, so not quite OLED, obviously, but still really good and still something I think that the entry-level and mid-range tablet needs. And I really love that it has an S Pen. I know one of my friends, as soon as I sent them to this, were like, yes, this is the next tablet I'm getting. So let me know what you guys think. I think it's good to have a nice tablet screen size with a S Pen or stylus for that matter. Alright guys, start asking your questions in the comment section down below if you haven't already, and I will get to them before the end of the show. Let's go ahead and check out your questions. Alright. Whoa, we have a bunch of questions that just loaded. I guess I should start with that. Fine. And MFX, thank you for the super chat donation. And D Lars, thank you for the super chat donation. Wow, you guys are that's a lot of them today. So thank you guys. I really appreciate that. All right. How is everyone's evening? My evening's good so far. Just had a little panic with the whole issues. Had a busy weekend though. Checked out some open houses for me and my family. We're probably not going to move till the end of the year, but it's kind of at least getting us the idea, especially for our daughter, kind of getting excited about moving instead of, you know, dreading it and not wanting to, obviously. Anytime I think moving schools is always a troubling thing. But it was fun and kind of getting an idea of where we want to live and what's important to a family. It's always important to kind of see what's going to be, okay, well, we want a yard, well, we want this, well, we want that. You know, it's kind of like, what's the most important features? All right. All right. I'm having difficulty registering fingerprint. Could it possibly be my parts are shallow rather than smooth? Oh, you're talking about your finger? I have looked online if anyone wrote about possible. Couldn't find anything. I haven't had any issues registering my fingerprint. I mean, you do have to kind of press hard, and it is... I think it needs an update, no matter what. I mean, people can call me a Samsung defender or whatever, but I definitely think that the fingerprint scanner, for me, it works sometimes, it doesn't work other times. I would say it's about a 75%. I would say one out of every 4 times it doesn't work, and then I lift my finger up, put it back, and it works. But it's just annoying that it doesn't always work. Like, my success rate should be 90%, and it would be a lot less noticeable then. But I definitely do notice it every time it messes up, and I wish it really would get an update. But no, I haven't heard any issues about people not being able to register to begin with. But it is just definitely something where you have to push harder sometimes, or push at a certain scenario. Maybe increase the sensitivity. If you haven't already, check out our video on the first things you should do on the S10, and make sure you do all those. Increase the sensitivity is one of them, and that might help. The P30 Pro camera is great, and maybe the Mate 30 Pro camera will be better. Does the Note 10 camera be able to beat the Mate 20 Pro and 30 Pro camera as a whole? I will say this, it does look like the Note now specifically, and this was a rumor, so I didn't put it on the news kind of thing, but as of right now, it looks like the Note will have a bigger camera sensor because of the because of the P30 kind of toting the fact that it has a 40 megapixel camera. So it looks like Samsung is going to put a bigger sensor in there. It might be something like a 20 megapixel sensor. And the idea behind that is obviously you can digital zoom more into it if it's a bigger sensor without degrading the quality as much. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Again, I really just want Samsung to follow P30 in the telescopic lens category. This is something that point-and-shoot cameras had a long time ago. Olympus, Kodak had it on their cameras a long time ago. They kept their cameras very slim, and basically just it allowed for parts to be moving up and down so that you could actually be able to zoom in 10 times optical zoom even with that. So now that we're bringing it to smartphones, I really hope Samsung brings at least a 3 times optical zoom, but a 5 times optical zoom with their current wide angle lens would be great. But I will say this, actually, most people didn't notice this, and the P30 Pro, which I wish I had, talked to Huawei as right now, they're like, oh, we don't know about any reviewing it, so unfortunately we might not get to review the P30 Pro. But I will say this, that with the P30 Pro, it does look like the wide angle camera should be better than the S10, simply because it's an autofocus, not a fixed focus. Now, I have not had the camera to verify that, and no YouTubers really talked about it that I've seen, but it's something that I definitely wish that I could take a look at for myself and see if it is true. Let's see. I have the Note 8 and just updated to Android Pie. The layout looks good, but the iris scanner doesn't work well. It was flawless before I updated. Do you know why? It's very well that it could be an issue with the update. I do not have that phone anymore, so I cannot verify any of that. But I will say that you could, if you haven't already, obviously, unregister your iris and then re-register it to see if that helps or fixes it. But that's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Report it on Samsung Plus app so that hopefully that they are aware of it and then hopefully find a solution for it. Let's see. 25 watts sounds good. Now give me a good charger. Try hold. Oh, sorry. There's a whole fingerprint issue going down. Waiting on Ricky to listen to David Gutierrez tear up Ultra and playing PS4. Oh, waiting to Ricky, listening to David Gutierrez and playing PS4. What's up, everyone? How are you doing, Warren G? What are you playing right now, man, on PS4? I am still playing Devil May Cry 5 right now. The Note series getting foldable? No. As far as we know, the foldable and the Note still will be separate. How is the DJI Maverick Pro with the S10? I do not have the DJI Maverick Pro. When I did have a drone, I had it with the S9, I think, and I never had any issue with it, but I'm not sure with the S10. Hi, Ricky. How clean your background living room looks like there. I know, right? As long as it's 116, you know, it's always clean. As long as it's 116, it's always clean. What is the problem with Google? The voice activation is spread up very fast. I haven't had any problem with my Google activation right now. Has anyone had any problem with their Google activation? I mean, I have so many Google Home speakers in my home of all different kinds. Regular Google Home Mini, Google Home screens. I haven't had any issues with mine, but let me know. Let's see. Was Apple kidding with that announcement? Oh man, so I haven't had a chance to talk about really Apple's announcement since my video, but yeah, no, it was a disappointment for sure. I mean, it was not Apple-like, it was Tim Cook-like, and I've been saying this for a while, and I feel like it's just catching up that Apple's very different because Tim Cook is very different from Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is all about innovating, and Tim Cook is all about making money, which did well for a while, but Apple is losing its innovation. It really is. And the fact that it is, and the fact that, you know, they're still thinking they're up here when they haven't done anything at that level for a long time does hurt it. And I think that's really, yeah, it's really something that is hurting them now, and I think we'll see more of that, to be quite honest, but we'll have to wait and see. Why does everyone always talk about Apple's ecosystem but Samsung, but not about Samsung? Samsung has a bigger ecosystem. I agree, Samsung has a bigger ecosystem. If you think about it, every single part of your home could be a Samsung product as far as big electronics go. TV, laptop, your router, your monitor, your appliances. So yeah, they do have a bigger ecosystem, but I will say that although Samsung SmartThings is great, I feel Samsung doesn't advertise their ecosystem more, which they should. And I mean, like, think about this. Why doesn't Samsung make a commercial where you do something as simple as mirror your phone to your TV, and then you walk in another room and then mirror your TV back to your phone? Something as simple as that. That shows the ecosystem, but Samsung doesn't do that. And quite frankly, their marketing department and advertising department is not as good as it once was. I think a commercial as simple as that could make Samsung millions more, and unfortunately they just don't have the people there that are good enough to do it as they once were when they were really first coming for Apple. Their latest stuff isn't just as good, in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a marketing major and could, you know, use a promotion job, you know. Let's see. Foldable phone for me. Giveaway passed, right? The giveaway for the phone? Yeah, that passed a while ago. I got emails. The person was very happy with their phone, as well as all the other. We had actually a giveaway winner on here last week. I don't know if they won the headphones or what was it, but yeah, it was really cool. I think because Samsung doesn't have FaceTime or iMessage equivalent, I will say that too. Yeah, because you know they got rid of SideSync, which was a really great way to integrate your phone to your computer. Now Microsoft is coming out with something that's called the Phone Companion that is promising. It's still iffy right now, but I will say with updates it could really get good, and that is something, again, it's just showing the ecosystem, and it was something that Samsung got rid of but shouldn't have got rid of because quite honestly it was amazing. No one just knew about it. Samsung should make wireless charging commercial about how they can wirelessly charge other devices as well. The fact that they have not done wireless charging an iPhone on their commercial shows how their marketing has fallen. I mean, you could charge some iPod Airs, you could charge the Galaxy Buds, you could just show all the different stuff you could charge because your phone is so cool. It's something that they should have done. Spark email at Readable is coming to the Play Store. I'll check it out. I've never heard of it. S10 Power Share will carry you on our back. I guess so. How's everyone? How's it going, Tech Guy in the chat? It's going good, E Hunter. Had some free super chats. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate those. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Hit that like button, guys, if you want no peer pressure. Thank you, Alex. Hi there. Thanks all the info. Saw a Twitter video where a guy unlocked the S10 with a face pick on another phone, front to front. Yeah, it's the same technology that's been since Android 4.0. The face unlock on the S10 has been around since, I mean, I think it was like 4 or 5 years before Apple came out with their face unlock. Now, it wasn't as secure. That was the whole point of it was convenience. It wasn't security. When Apple came out with theirs, though, everyone kind of jumped on the security bandwagon, though, of course. And then that's why Samsung came out with their iris scanner. On this one, they got rid of the iris scanner in favor of the fingerprint scanner. So yeah, your face scan is not secure. It's the same kind of face scan that, again, was around since Android 4.0. Whenever Android 4.0 came out, that is when it came. Let's see. When did Android 4.0 release? When was Android 4.0 released? In 2011. That's when it was released. So yeah, that kind of ice cream sandwich, October 19th to be specific. That is when that face scanning was made, and that's why it's that quality that it is. 2011. It is 8 years old. 5G is worth it. 5G will not be worth it this year. No chance. 5G, the phone, or sorry, did you mean the 5G phone? That definitely could be worth it. Yeah. Will you ever do a live call-in show? I don't think I would ever do a live call-in show. I feel like that would be when we would get bigger. Like, I mean, right now we typically get, you know, anywhere between 300 and 500 people watching us live by the end of the show. I think if we would get into thousands, stuff like that, we could have some specialty things like that, sure. But I think at that point, I would probably have probably have a live moderator with me to be able to kind of give me the questions, the important ones, because I might not be able to read them all at the time. But yeah, so if we would ever get that big, it's a possibility. I think focusing on the camera is the best thing to do. Most people buy a phone for a new camera. That is definitely true. Camera is truly important. It's lovely to see some support for this wonderful tech guy. Thank you. Camera quality is already good. We need optical zoom. I completely agree with that sentiment. Most phones are very similar, so camera is one thing to make or break a phone. Definitely agree on that. Ricky, my wife wants to hear you say Android is better than Apple. She won't believe me. Please tell her. Okay. Jamar 82594's wife. Android is better than Apple for most people. Now, if you want a simple and easy phone, sure, you can go with an iPhone. But if you want to do more, if you want to get more battery life, if you want to have better quality in terms of wireless charging, camera, faster charging, all that kind of stuff, then yes, Android is better. There are certain things that iOS is better than. iMessage is definitely one of the probably the shining things, but yeah, overall I would say Android is better than Apple. I would say it's better than Apple objectively if you actually put out each and every category. However, subjectively, I can easily say for me, yes, it is. But yeah, hope that helped. Can P30 beat S10 Plus? I wish I could tell you. I really would. Like, I talked to my contact for Huawei 3 times, letting them know, like, please, we want to test out this P30 Pro. You know, 54% of our viewership actually comes from outside the US now on this channel. So yeah, I was like, yeah, like, look, there is people that want to know about this, and there's people that want to know about the P30 Pro that even live in the US just because they're very curious on it. So yeah, I really want to test it out, but yeah. My ultrasonic fingerprint sensor has gone to complete. I'm using the face recognition at the time. Yep, I understand. I have a scanner works on it at 10 times. My fingerprint sensor is good. Never really get it wrong. I place it note on. I placed a note on it. S8 and S9 fingerprint is way better. Yes, they were way better. This is again a first generation technology that Samsung's using, so obviously like it will get better on the Note, and it will get way better by the time the S11 comes out. Hopefully the update helps the other 10%. I really do hope the update helps. S10 fingerprint scanner, watch area rigs down. The sensor is a bit small, rectangular, off center. May help understand where to put your finger. Mine says no match 3 or 4 times in a row. I registered the thumbs 4 times at all angles. Well, I will say this, don't keep re-registering it, because the whole idea behind this is that it learns. So if you keep re-registering every single time, then it basically wipes out everything it learned from it. So yeah. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. I love my Sony CyberShot camera back in the day. I remember those. I haven't had any problems with fingerprint scanner on the S9 Plus. I have had my my Mate 20 Pro took an update today, and oh god, the fingerprint scanner works instantly now. I don't see it getting any faster. I also have the S10 and nowhere as fast as the Mate 20 Pro. Trust me, Dave, I really miss my Mate 20 Pro. It was a great phone, and it only makes me want the P30 Pro even more. And definitely, I know by the end of the year, depending on how my financial situation is with after buying a house, yeah, I will buy the Mate 30 Pro most likely, just because I really did love the quality of Huawei, and I really did think that was a great phone. Any more recommendations on earphones? What kind? Earbuds? In your dang, they're in the other room, but I have the box over here. I really love testing out. I'm testing out these Creative Outlier One Plus, which kind of I was like, wait, One Plus. But these ones have been really awesome. I do not know the price point off the top of my head, but these have been really good for regular ear ones. I have not finished up my review or comparison with earbuds, but the Galaxy Buds, I think for under 150, they are the ones that are great and have everything you want and need. The Jabra, to me, are still the better sound quality out of true wireless headphones. But I will say this, I would not buy right now because I want these to get wireless charging to compete with this, and then the new ones will be even better. All right. My Galaxy Buds will frequently say that sound is Beatcast or Pro. Have any idea what it's trying to say? No idea. Peak. I cannot think of what it's trying to say. No. Sorry. I'm just... Like, I was thinking if it was a switch or something, but I can't beat... I don't know. My tapping on my keyboard Samsung is really laggy on my S10 Plus. Any solutions? I use SwiftKey, to be honest, and it's a lot better than the Samsung keyboard in my opinion. But what you could do is clear the data on your Samsung keyboard, and hopefully that will restore it. So that would make it better. NHL franchise, let's go Islanders playoffs. I do not watch. Oh, you're playing NHL 11. Got it. Cool. I haven't played a hockey game in years, but I liked them back in the day. Thoughts on the Galaxy Buds? Again, I think the Galaxy Buds are really awesome Bluetooth headphones, and for true wireless headphones under 150, I think there should be the one that most people would get because they just do everything right. Their battery life is really good. They can wirelessly charge. They sound really good. Not great, but good. Yeah, and I think they're really awesome all around. Yeah, I saw the Twitter you were tweeting on the Apple event. It was kind of not great. Yeah, no, it was not great. Would you consider a follow-up live stream for your most popular comments and questions? A follow-up live stream just about my most popular comments and questions? I don't keep track of them, so I do not know. I don't think so, no. Air Power 2018 to 2019 died from incompleteness. Yeah, Air Power. Steve Jobs would have got it done. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Tim Cook, what can I say? Should I get the S9 Plus or the Note 8? Because I have the money to buy one of those two. I would get the S9 Plus over the Note 8 just for being newer. It's going to get better attention, and it had a better processor too. So yeah, I would get the S9 Plus over the Note 8 now. I just want Samsung to update the phone for wireless Android Auto. Does it not have that already? Yeah, it should have had that at launch, but hopefully that pushes out the update. Cough, hire Ricky for advertising. Cough, cough. I'm just saying, Samsung. I know you can do worse. Hell, we've seen worse. I don't have any trouble at all with fingerprint scanners. I did your advice, though, and took off the screen protector and read fingerprint scans. Got it. Samsung is bad at showing off features of their phones. Yes, they are. There hasn't been a great showing of a feature on a phone since Little John poured champagne on the phone. That was hilarious. That was done very well, and it was just like when he poured champagne on it and put it in a fish tank. It was just like, that is how you show features. The craziness that you can do. It's a statement, and Samsung hasn't done that for a while. April Fool's Day, don't believe the hype. Yeah, no. What is everyone doing for April Fool's Day tomorrow? Be careful, for sure. It's definitely a day where people will get you. And wouldn't that be funny? All right. I tried Google Keep Notes listing to your show and amazed with the Note 9 and the S Pen. Cool. Yeah. S Pen is always awesome. I do miss it. I'm at my time right now where I'm not using my Note. My Note is in a drawer. And, you know, I'm going to use it to trade in for the next Note. And, yeah. Face scan is fine for most people, unless you have a crazy girlfriend or boyfriend that spoofs your phone. Definitely. And if you do, I'm sorry. Hey, Quiet Storm, thank you for the super chat. I wish you well in your endeavors and house hunting. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I wonder if I could talk my wife into us, like doing a vlog of our house hunting. Let me know in the comment section. Would you guys want to see a vlog of me house hunting later this year? Let me know in the comment section. I'm very curious. 5G. What's his stream delay? It delays a little bit, and I've noticed it's been glitching. I don't know if it's my cable that's connecting to my computer right now or what, but I have to figure that out because I've noticed when it glitches. I'm just getting UI on one UI on the Note 9. What's a good review video to watch? Basically, for the Note 9 One UI, you can watch any of my S10 videos because all of those features namely apply to the One UI. So take a look and check out my first 10 things, was the first things you should do on the S10 video, and that will help you walk through on the things to improve your phone experience now. Thanks for your review on the Watch Active. Tried it on today in perfect small wrist size. Awesome. I will be buying it eventually once they go on sale. I guarantee you they're going to go on sale probably next month. Before Mother's Day and before graduations, they're probably going to go on sale. Good information, Rick. Do you think Samsung would ever go flat screen flagship phone in the future? All flagships are going curved on the screen now on. Well, no, actually we saw that, and someone pointed out to me the other day that I said that at one point, and I was wrong in that aspect because the 10e is a flat phone. So yeah, no, they did go different. So yes, they would, because they have. LTE, 4G LTE is still fast for today's products, yes. I'm not sure if the logic makes sense. This size is comfortable for call-ins. If you had thousands on the chat, the phone lines would get ridiculous. Well, I'm just saying, so right now I'm doing everything myself. If the channel gets bigger to where we would have thousands of live chat, I wouldn't be doing it myself. I would have someone else off screen moderating it live, basically. So they would basically be telling that, basically they could be feeding me the actual questions to answer. So like, you know, some of the ones like earlier today, people were talking about fingerprint scanner for like a bunch of it. So they wouldn't send me that because I don't need to talk about, you know, you guys talking to each other and those and the side conversations. But they would send me those, and then they could also, we could say, all right, so for the next 10 minutes, instead of answering questions, we're going to take calls. So he would first screen it, or she would first screen it to make sure that, you know, it's okay and they're not going to curse or whatever and all that kind of stuff. And then I would take it on air after that. So that is what I mean by, if I had someone else, if the channel was that big where we would have thousands of people on the chat and I would have a moderator live, then that would allow us to do that. Will Samsung bring wireless Android Auto to their phones? I believe so. I wouldn't see, it was supposed to come with Android Pie. So all Android Pie phones were supposed to have it. So I haven't tried it with my wife's one. But maybe I should try the Android Auto with that one. I like Android way better than Apple. I like Samsung way better than Apple. I hate Apple. My mom, who is non-techie, hates Apple. You can do more with Android. Why would WhatsApp on AT&T not get Google Messages? I don't know. I think we talked about that last week. I had an issue with the Google Messages as well. And this RCS transition, I have T-Mobile. It's having an issue, so hopefully they resolve it. But ever since I moved to Android Messages permanently, it's now been okay. But when I was switching back and forth, I got missed messages, so it was really weird. What's the best thing you are hoping to see in the Note 10? I would love 10 times optical zoom like the P30. I would as well. That would be the best thing for me ever. 10 times optical zoom on that phone would be perfect, and I would love it. So yeah. S10 Plus Samsung keyboard is really laggy. Any suggestions? Answer that one. I saw a 50-inch screen 4K TV for $300. How come 4K TVs got cheaper faster than 1080p HD TVs when they came out? It really was just technology is getting better and better more quickly. And nothing really has justified updating your TV since we hit 4K. Yes, there are QLED TVs. Yes, there's OLED TVs. Yes, there's now 8K. But those are still out of reach price range for most people. So once you got a 50-inch, 55-inch, 65-inch TV, there's not really a reason to upgrade. Like I have a QLED 65-inch TV. I wouldn't really upgrade till 75-inch TVs came down in price. And so that might be 3 years. That might be, okay, for me it might be 2 years, or, you know, not 1 year. But maybe 2 years would be the earliest I would upgrade for that. For most people, they might take it 3 to 5 years before they need to upgrade, because why, right? So yeah, that's I think that's why, is that 4K got more affordable because technology accelerated quicker. And since 4K came out, there hasn't been a really big innovation that makes people want to go that way. While 4K, all the components to 4K got cheaper, but we haven't really got that must-need new higher tier yet. HDR is pretty much standard on most of them now too, so you know that was the next thing most people wanted. It's pretty much standard across the board. So yeah, there's just not really a need for it, I would say. What's the update? When the S10, when the S8 Plus on Verizon is getting the Android Pie update, great day in the morning. I thought they said it would be March. The S8 Plus? No, it's not going to be March. The S8 Plus probably won't get it till, I would say June, but maybe May. But yeah, no, the S8 Plus ain't getting it that soon. My buds act up sometimes, stop playing sound for a bit, then resets. If that happens, I would honestly get a refund or exchange them. Because, yeah, I do not... I don't know, I'm very much like that, though. I've said that a couple times where I'm a person where if something isn't working right, especially within the first few weeks, like, I'll exchange it, I'll return it, I'll do that because it's just not good foreshadowing for later. Quick question. Why do you always get infer to the word we on Twitter, your tweets, even though you are the only one on this channel? I'm the only one on camera. Most of the time. But no, most people on the channel that have been around for a while know this. I have two part-time editors, Wayne and Rich. So yeah, those are my two part-time editors. They basically come with me to events, go with me to different things, and always, like, any event I go to, I'm with one of them. And yeah, there are a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that they help out with as well. So those would be why I say we as a channel and not necessarily I. I say I usually when I talk about my thoughts on it. I say I, but yeah. So that's why. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just flooded. Everybody drink. Thank you, Tech Leathercraft, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. And it looks like we had a spammer, but Alex caught them. So thank you, Alex, for catching that. I will go back up. Where were we? Okay. Oh, understandable, but because of the burn-in, they would have to shift fingerprint image slightly, lol. Might be missing the scanner completely. What would you recommend for a good Android phone or tablet to control devices like Blu-rays, set-top boxes, like the Roku, NVIDIA Shield, game system TVs? So here's the thing. You can get an older smartphone that has an IR blaster. Most Huawei phones still have IR blasters. So if you get like the Huawei Mate 20, not the Mate 20 Pro, but Mate 20, that might be an inexpensive smartphone to get. Or an older Samsung phone. I think the S6 was the last one that had an IR blaster. I actually have an S6 in my bag, always with me when I travel, to actually have the IR blaster specifically. Samsung, why don't you give me back the IR blaster? But yeah, so that is one way to go about it. Another way is if you want to have it just for one TV, including the Roku, the Shield, all that kind of stuff, you should look into getting the Logitech Harmony Hub. We did do a review on it, and Logitech Harmony Hub is how I control my entire living room TV setup. So it allows me to turn on the PlayStation. It allows me to turn on my Roku. It allows me to turn on my TV to Netflix. All that kind of stuff is based just off of that. So yes, that is what I would say is really great. I think the Galaxy Buds call quality is meh. I would say most true wireless headphones call quality is meh, to be honest. I've never seen anyone that's really good. I would say the best one I have tested is the Jabra. That I would say is good, but not really good. I have Samsung Icon X. Do you think it's worth upgrading to the Galaxy Buds? I did not have the Icon X 2018, but I will say the Galaxy Buds are much better in my opinion than the original Icon X's, because I did have those. S10 Plus have 8K video recording? No, I don't think any phone has 8K video recording yet. I use my buds all the time, work 12-hour shifts, and use them one at a time. Really smart, actually. I like that. Exynos better than Snapdragon. We went over the Exynos and Snapdragon version last week. I don't remember everything off the top of my head. I felt like the Exynos was better in performance. but in terms of battery life, the Snapdragon was better, and something else, but I forgot. It was last week. If you check out last week's Mobile Weekly, we went over the differences between them. Did you see the same times parody of Apple's announcement? No, I will check that out. I love when you guys give me stuff to look at after I'm done with the video. That's really always fun. Yep, my favorite thing is using one bud at a time. Goes for like 2 days. I do like that too, and yeah, I do. I thought it was just me that uses one bud at a time, but that's funny that all of you guys do too. My S10 does not work with Android Auto. The S10 just reboots. Whoa. Well, that's kind of weird. Have you tried plugging it in directly? Does it work? If you plug it in directly with Android Auto, does it work? I'm curious about that. Tomorrow is my birthday. Happy birthday, Isha. Or sorry. Ishi? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Ishi, I believe. Happy birthday, Ishi. Hopefully you have a great birthday. When are you getting the Fold? No comment. Do a vlog. It's fine, of course. Yes, do a vlog. Yes, go for the vlog. Wow, you have more subscribers from last time I've been on your channel. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, it's been growing steadily over the past few months. So it's really been flattering, and we're about to get to 300,000, which is great. I volunteered to moderate for phone calls. YouTube tech wife call moderator. No, I don't know if she would do it. Android Auto does not work. The phone reboots. It sucks. That's so weird. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Yeah, I heard about the rapper that passed away, Nipsey Hussle. I'm not going to pretend that I really knew their music, but it's always sad when someone dies at a very young age from what it seemed like. Will we see graphene batteries? What's the holdup? The holdup is just simply, right now, lithium is cheaper to make. So until they get graphene batteries to the point where they're as cheap to make as lithium, or at least not too much more, no one's going to use them. So that's the holdup. It's making them more affordable. It's why you don't see like bendable phones a lot right now. It's why you don't see optical zoom a lot right now. It's why you don't see all these different things. Technology takes time to make it cost efficient, and that's what's the holdup with graphene batteries. I had said for a while that I think we would see it in by 2021 starting off, but we'll wait to see if my prediction's true. Let's see. Whoa, a whole bunch of... Nope. That was just a weird thing. Powered comes great responsibility. Sorry. Yeah, I guess Alex blocked someone, but he didn't mean to block it, but he unblocked it, looks like. So hopefully that's fine. Let's see. Ricky, have you reviewed yet, or will be reviewing the LG V8? Or sorry, LG G8 or V50 phones? I've talked to LG twice already, letting them know that I'm very interested in reviewing the G8. They said they would let me know as soon as the review units come in, but last time I think everyone got review units, and I had asked them like a month later, and they sent me it. So we'll have to wait and see. But I definitely would love to review the phone. I don't think I would be reviewing the V50 because I think in the US it's only going to be carried by Sprint, and I do not have Sprint. I use one bud at a time when pretending to listen to someone. LOL. Have you seen the new Shazam? What do you think of it? I have not seen the new Shazam. I am going with my daughter to see it on this week. I forget if we have the 4th or the 5th to see the movie. Let me see. I'm going to check it real quick. Let's see. Which is better, PS4 or Xbox? Michael, why are you trying to make it like a fight out of this? No. I've said this before. Most people know this about me. I am a PS4 user. PS4, at least in this generation, was better than Xbox to me by a landslide. It really came from the launch that just like Xbox really messed up on their choices they made and their executives that they did let go of. But yeah, all in all, for me, PS4 is better. And the biggest thing is most Xbox exclusive aren't completely exclusive because most Xbox games I can get on PC. So I have PC that can play, you know, all these Xbox games way better on my PC than it can on Xbox. So for that reason, yeah, I would say for me, it's an easy win for PS4. So yes, I am seeing Shazam on April 4th. So I will be doing a review that night, most likely, for Shazam. Are you going to review the Samsung Galaxy A50? I have no plans to review that one right now, but we'll see. Normally, companies like Samsung do not send you a phone unless it comes out in your country. So I don't believe the A50 is currently coming out to you into the country. So we'll have to wait and see. When you get a chance, check out Ricky's new app, 51st Date Questions, in the description. Well, thank you, Quiet Storm. And that brings us to our weekly, letting you guys know about our app that we created, 51st Date Questions. It's a really fun app if you ever go out on a date with someone, whether it be a wife, girlfriend, you know, any kind of just friends. It's a really fun game that we created, and all the ad revenue has helped us slowly but surely over the past few months. So any kind of download, 5-star review really does help us out. Thank you, Quiet Storm, for always reminding me to plug it. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. How are you discussing the Note 10 or the S10 Plus? We discussed both earlier. You should try it and give us feedback and see it on my device. Try what? Did I miss something? Oh, it keeps rebooting. Oh, you're talking about Android Auto. I will try it on my wife's Android Auto, so yeah, I'll see it. Hey, Ricky, Bixby routine's available on the Note 9. Thanks. Awesome. I will still do my full video on that. I have some products that I have to do reviews on that were sent to me that I am a little backlogged on, so I'm trying to do some of that, but still obviously getting the Samsung videos out because those are what's getting me the most views. I mean, those hidden feature videos, man, thank you guys. Always hit 7,000 views in like less than 2 days. That's really awesome. I'm going to be a local Samsung event this weekend in Southern California. I've been missing Android World, jump into Apple, and but now I'm missing customizing and great ringtones. Yeah, that's definitely always true. Whoa, thank you, MFX. How early will you get the Note 10? We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if I'm going to go to Unpacked yet. You know, it's curious. I went to Unpacked, but will they send me an Unpacked again? That'll be curious. I might have to be quite honest, if Unpacked is in New York, I might have to do like a GoFundMe for that, just to do those expenses, because around that time, if we're moving, that might be a tight time for money for me. Let's see. Some funny shenanigans. Great 1 hour live stream again, Ricky. Thank you very much. PC is technically better though. Yeah, that's what I said. Hope the wife is not yelling, Ricky. Oh God! Live stream warning alert. AKA, don't get Ricky in trouble and get his wife mad alert. Yes, that is what time it is. So yeah, we will be ending the show. Thank you guys always so much for tuning into our weekly show. I always appreciate it. And remember, next week it will not be live, so I do apologize for that, but I still will be posting a short 5-10 minute news segment at the 8 p.m. time for Mobile Weekly. Thank you guys always so much for watching. I do always appreciate it. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.